you didn't go into this to go like deal with civilians and bombing civilian locations and women and children. Like, this is, to me, has got to be just so unbelievably demeaning for people who have actually served. It's like, it reminds me of Kramer from Seinfeld with the little kids. It's like, this is not, there is no even any, these people have no honor whatsoever. There's no honor whatsoever.
I also want to remind people, and Anthony, I speak to this man to man here. I hope you do what is necessary in terms of dealing with the PTSD that I have no doubt you are getting from this experience. Jen, you talk all the time about how you kind of force yourself to experience it as well by watching the videos of these children every single day. I don't know how many people have seen this clip, but it's been making the rounds online. I want people to remember that these are human beings, especially the detestable anti-humanity-laden Zionist messaging that still permeates through our country, the dehumanization of the Palestinian people. These are Palestinian children attempting to deal with graduation. And I believe this was done just this week that this footage was taken from.
Those are all orphans, by the way.
How do you see
orphans?
How do you look at these fucking children and think that it is acceptable that we continue this relationship with Israel? The only reason anyone, and I mean anyone, and I'm calling out, I mean, I'm going to go on a fucking crusade, man. I am calling out every last son of a bitch that's in the independent media space that has made a dime off of Israel, has defended Israel for the money. You are worse than Judas, as far as I'm concerned. These are people that they're the ones that truly lack humanity. I mean, you could debate whether the worst people are the ones who simply keep their mouths shut, even though they know it's wrong and they know what's going on, but they know that they can't speak up because of their social standing or whatever their effing excuse that they're going to give. But there are people out there who have their hands out that even in spite of all this, in spite of these children and looking at what they're going through and knowing that this is multi-generational, that this is going to have to be dealt with, that they still have their goddamn hands out, ready to make money off of the blood of these innocent children. I can't for the life of me. I mean, honestly, man, I have it out for this one guy that's in South Florida.
Oh, you've got to stop saying it.
I can't. I'm using it as an example. I can imagine Anthony's got people on his list that he'd like to deal with. I know you've got your people. You know,
I have people.
I'm up in the Panhandle, man.
Laura Loomer.
Yeah. You got Laura Loomer. I've got this guy. I mean, honestly, when you're a special forces, you're trained to kill. So I can imagine that there's a part of you that really has to pull back all the time because there are people you look at and you realize that they have no humanity. It doesn't exist. And not only do they not have humanity, but they've got their hands out ready to take the money in order to continue to facilitate it, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, a lot of it's very easy for people that are profiting from this, either from AIPAC or other donors or other flows of revenue, or it's very easy to look away when you haven't seen it. It's very easy to ignore it when you haven't seen it. It's very easy to pretend that evil doesn't exist when you haven't seen it. When Ambassador Huckabee and Witkoff, when Bert and Ernie went into Gaza to go to site number 1, they roll out this. It's so ridiculous. It's like something that could have been off of a Monty Python skit. You got this doofus there with his helmet all crooked. I mean, at least someone could have showed him how to wear a helmet. Just looking like a doober. And they take them into Gaza to site number 1. And they roll out artificial turf. GHF rolled out artificial turf. It's the desert. And they roll out this artificial turf to set up this table, to have this nice little beautiful scenery in the middle of the desert. And they had these signs that they had made. 100 million meals. These almost like you would see almost at like a political campaign. And that's exactly what it is. It's so ironic to me because before I tendered my resignation and left in protest, one of the recommendations I made to Safe Reach Solutions, that's the contract entity under the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, was instead of shooting at the Palestinians as they come down the Marag corridor to the road to come to the site, why are we shooting at them? Well, we shoot at them to show them not to go past this point, which way not to go. You know what would be really helpful, I think? A sign. I mean, we put a sign out there that says turn left. Don't go this way, turn left. How about we do that?
We're talking about real.
Well, no, that's not in the budget. Oh, okay. But boy, they can roll out signs and artificial turf for Bert and Ernie and their uncle, and to roll out some signs to tell people how great they're doing. It's a sham. It's a facade. It's a charade. It is the humanitarian version of a used car salesman.
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't expecting more, but that's why it's interesting talking to you. Like I've known what I've known. We've known what we've known about what's going on for a long time. So I knew there was no chance. Once they got rid of UNRWA and they started pushing out the people that actually know how to provide the actual care that's needed, I knew they weren't serious. They're not trying to help people. And quite honestly, it's completely illogical to think that people would want to help people that they're trying to kill. So that just makes no sense to me whatsoever to think they would even want to help them because they don't care at all. That's just not their thing. And I think you're very interesting because you're reminding me a little bit of Miss Rachel in that, you weren't really harping on this issue. This wasn't something that was really on your radar to be out and talking about. And now they've really activated it because I can tell this has changed your life. Like you see things very differently, right? So it's like you and Miss Rachel, and that's, by the way, I mean that in all like revere. Like I love Miss Rachel, but she wasn't talking about this. And now that's like the main thing she's talking about. So, I'm appreciative of people like you.
Well, there's so much, so, and to be honest, during my military career, my area, as a Special Forces Green Beret, my area of operations was not the Central Command area. I mean, I had gone to Afghanistan, I had gone to Iraq, which is in the Central Command area of responsibility. But as a Green Beret, my expertise and cultural background was Southeast Asia. So I wasn't very well steeped in the greater picture of the region. But of course, I watched the news and I heard, I'm aware of things and I did have opinions. But it's always difficult, especially from my experience, knowing where I've been home, even in the military, where I was in Afghanistan and came home and then watching the news and I'm like, holy shit, that's not happening. Like I was just there. That's not true. So information, sometimes it's very difficult to punch through in terms of what's real, what's narrative, what's an agenda. And there is a lot of that. However, going to Israel, going into Gaza, I had the intent to do good. I felt I was under the impression that the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation was there to do good. Call me stupid, call me naive, call me, ignorant, which I was. That I truly did think that with the pressure from the international community, that Israel wanted to deliver humanitarian aid to provide relief and provide aid to the people of Palestine. I thought that. I believed that. Boy, was I wrong. Because not only are they not, at first I thought like, man, they're really shitty at delivering humanitarian, they're really shitty at this.
Right.
And they're not. They're very good at making it look like they're doing it, but undercutting the actual doing of it, but making it look like they are. And America is that puppet. Israel's got their hand up America's ass, and this puppet is GHF, where they're just telling people we're delivering meals, we're doing good, and they're not. Anybody My 8-year-old son can look at the statistics and be like, that's not right. That doesn't make sense. And it doesn't. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, Johnny Moore is not in charge of it. Johnny Moore doesn't even know where Gaza is on a map. He's only been there once for a photo shoot. I guarantee you, if you took the labels off a map and asked Johnny Moore to find Gaza on a map, he wouldn't know where it was. You could turn it upside down and he wouldn't be able to find it. He doesn't care. Johnny Moore is not in charge of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. Kogat is. Kogat in Israel is the coordinator of government activities in the territories. A very dystopian 1984 type of title, right? Like the coordinator of government activities in the territories.
Right.
Like, can you really, like, wow, you're not even trying to hide your big brother 1984 dystopian reality here. So this entity is what controls GHF. The money, the contract, Safe Reach Solutions, who's the overall contract arbiter of the execution of the aid, has a contract with the Israeli government. Kogat is the handler of that contract through the IDF. And it was made very clear to me, very clear, in no unclear terms, that our client is the IDF. Safe Reach Solutions' client is the IDF. So the IDF dictate everything. And what's sickening about it is that as an American company, as Americans, now raising our hand to take taxpayers' dollars, and this is another thing that really kind of pushed me to be like, okay, this isn't private anymore. We're using American taxpayers' dollars. Does the American taxpayer know what we're doing? I don't think they do. So with the taxpayers' dollars, whether you're Fred and Fran out in California or Bill and Betty down in Florida, your tax dollars are going toward genocide. A planned, a designed, an articulated, and a deliberate genocide. So to the American tax dollar, to the American taxpayer, you can't sit at home and look away and say that's a problem far away that you're not a part of. Oh, you're a part of it. You are a part of it. Our tax dollars are going to the sites to build these concentration camps that are part of phase 3 that are happening right now. Right now, the Palestinians from the north are being pushed to the south. All the Palestinians from central Gaza, Khan Yunis, Mawasi, Rafah, have been pushed to the south. And you know who the guards at these concentration camps are? GHF Solutions, UG Solutions contractors. They're the guards now at these concentration camps, what they're calling the Humanitarian Assistance Transit Area, the HATA. Right. Where the hell are they being transited to? Death? It is obnoxiously absurd. And for the world to sit back and buy this garbage, wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah.
And it's not a matter of weeks and months. It's a matter of days that there's a matter of days between there will be no Palestinians left. And Israel will be like, oh, sorry. Don't blame me. America did it with me. They're right here with me. So to the American taxpayer, to the American government, you are setting America on a very dangerous path of condemnation because we are right there hand in hand. The way I see it, if I were to draw a cartoon, you know, those old political cartoons, would be Palestinians being marched into a gas chamber and Uncle Sam is turning the gas knob. That's us.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, I am someone who is of the belief and opinion based on many years of watching this. Israel is us. They're not separate from us, and they can't be, because if they can't exist without us, then they're part of us. That means that getting rid of Israel is sort of like cutting off a limb, right? It's more like a tentacle, I would say, but they can't exist without us. So every single thing that they do is an extension of us. Everything they do and it's been that way since 1967. Really, it has. So, it's just gotten progressively worse. And they have now that nobody even listens to what they're telling us they're doing. They're saying they want to have another Nakba. They're saying they call these people animals.
They're saying it loud and clear. They're not even being shy about it.
Right.